Peace be upon you, everyone. Can you hear me well? Good morning, everyone, again. My name is Inas Hamad. I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me properly before we proceed. Peace be upon you. Good morning, everyone. I am really pleased to be with you. Inas Hamad with you, Regional Portfolio Specialist for Arab States, United Nations Volunteers, and we are based in Jordan, Amman, and I am really happy to be in the UAE and in specifically in Dubai, the city of dreams and bold dreams. The session, as my colleague Rand has said, is gonna be an inspiring and hope-driven session, which is centered around volunteerism. I think all of us have experienced volunteering before, whether at the level of the region or at the level of our country or the level of our family, relatives, etc. Joining me here in the panel, a constellation of experts from different organizations and entities who would contribute with their thoughts and insights, and then at the end of the session we will give the opportunity to the audience to raise any questions. So they will share with us some success stories, and we are gonna present some videos that highlight the role of volunteerism in contributing to the SDGs and the greater impact at the local and international level. First, allow me to welcome my guests, and I start with Ms. Olga. Ms. Olga, although we have known each other for years, but until now I suffer with the spelling or pronouncing her family name. Her name is Olga Zubritsakia Divitakian. Correct? Okay. She is the Regional Director of Arab Countries Volunteering Program in the UN for Arab States, and her regional office is in Amman, Jordan. And also we have Mr. Jamal Al-Haj, who is the UN. He has two positions, let's say. He is a local Emirati, and he has studied public policies, international relations, and a volunteer with the UN and the World Food Program, WFP. And the superstar of the meeting today is Mohammed Al-Hosani, who is Director of Leadership and Enabling. He is a great figure and leader in the UAE on the Emirates Foundation, and he will share some nice, let's say, scenes and efforts that are made in the UAE at the level of volunteerism. And last but not least, we have Malak Atika, who is an expert in volunteering because she has a vast experience and long years in volunteering with big international organizations. Among them are the Red Cross and the United Nations and other societies like Red Crescent societies. And she would share some recommendations and valuable information about volunteerism and in the foundations she has worked with before. I am really happy again to be with you, and thank you for joining us. Before we start with the question, I would like the team to present the first video before we proceed, which is from the UN volunteerism.
We're coming from a very important meeting with the community here, where we've been listening on the lessons, how to improve our activities, our solid waste management, collection, treatment, and then very good ideas on how to start recycling as of now, despite the very dire situation that we have because of the lack of equipment, because of the lack of proper disposal into the landfill.
ارائكم بتهمنا واحنا هنا الحوار اللي رح نعمله اليوم مهم جدا لنا.
انتم كنتوا
اللي قاعدين بالبيوت.
So still very important issues that we're trying to handle and address daily at the community level. You see behind me a lot of volunteers that are working daily from the camp to collect, to start recycling, to engage the community, to also discuss how to handle the solid waste, especially for the kids that you see around us. So to ensure that not health issues are raised in the day-to-day life.
طبعا مع اليو ان دي بي واصدقاء البيئه، جمعيه اصدقاء البيئه اعطونا توعيه على كل الخيام، لفوا على كل الخيام واعطونا توعيه عن النفايات الصلبه وكيف يتعاملوا مع النفايات الصلبه وعدم دفنها. كان في فريق متطوعين من اصدقاء البيئه كانوا يلفوا كل يستهدف كل خيمه بخيمتها، وكنا نعمل ورشات عمل جماعيه. طبعا احنا في البدايه كنا نعاني من تكدس النفايات الصلبه عندنا بين المخيم وبين شوارع المخيم، في المخيم نفسه وبين الخيام النازحين، فكانت هذه تاثر علينا، جابت لنا قوارض، جابت لنا امراض جلديه كثيره وافات جديده كمان صارت تدخل علينا. بعد التوعيه خفت هذه كلها الافات والحمد لله الامور كلها ممتازه صارت.
Thank you very much for presenting the video. So back to our guests. As we've seen in the video, it actually has some scenes for volunteers in Gaza, Palestine, and how volunteers respond and support in relief and assistance to the locals there. I will start my question to Ms. Olga, and this question is related to the role of volunteerism and the importance of volunteerism. As we know, volunteerism is a vital part locally and internationally. That's why the UN has issued a decree that was adopted by member states that 2026 would be the year of volunteerism, or the International Year of Volunteerism. We ask Ms. Olga regarding this UN resolution, how do you evaluate the role of volunteerism from the UN perspective, and how do you see the collaboration and among the foundations in highlighting the role of volunteerism and volunteers internationally?
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good. So, colleagues, thank you very much for hosting us here in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates. We are very happy to experience this very hospitable atmosphere. That's I wanted to acknowledge. Everybody is so friendly, supportive. So that's very important for me to express my gratitude to the country, to the city, and to the people of the society. So what I want to say is that last year, a number of member states pushed forward this idea that 2026 should become the International Year of Volunteering. And this is super important because we would like to recognize the contributions, especially of volunteers, to implementation of national development plans and to implementation of sustainable development goals. And Ines asked a question, so what's the connection to other organizations that support volunteering? And I would like to say that 2026 will be the year when all forces will join together and bring up the idea of volunteering to the top of everybody's minds. And we would like to recognize that, especially here in this event, we have many volunteers. Can you see them around? You can see it's written volunteer. And who are those people? Those are the most dynamic, most innovative, and most friendly people. And where they're coming from? They're coming from the Emirates Foundation. And that's the connection. We work with local organizations and with international organizations, such as the International Federation of the Red Cross, and with many others, to actually resolve the most important issues in the society, such as we've seen in Gaza, delivery of food, important items, cleaning up the streets, and resolving environmental issues, resolving health issues, educational issues, and many others. So the International Year of Volunteering will bring the point of civic engagement, volunteering, contributions to the society in the most innovative ways to the top of everybody's minds, and we are here to recognize that as well.
Thank you so much, Olga, for the answer and also for telling us more about the International Volunteer Year. شكرا جزيلا أولجا على هذه المعلومات.
Thank you so much for these valuable information and comprehensive answer and this participation about the International Year of Volunteering or Volunteerism. Before I move to Mr. Mohammed Al-Hosni, I would like to present the second video, which is from the Emirates Foundation. And this video actually highlights SAND initiative, which the foundation has launched.
مفيش صوت.
There is no sound. We cannot hear the sound of the video. Maybe some technical troubleshooting or problem, because it's really an interesting video. So I am keen that you can hear the sound.
الاي تي بيصلحها. طيب لحين تصليح الصوت.
So until the sound problem is solved, I move to Mr. Mohammed Al-Hosni. So to continue the question that Olga has replied regarding the International Year of Volunteerism, first we would like to congratulate Mr. Mohammed Al-Hosni for the Emirates Foundation to be elected as the UAE National Coordinator in the International Year of Volunteerism adopted by the UN, and we really commend the efforts of the Emirates Foundation in volunteerism. So I would like to ask Mr. Mohammed Al-Hosni about the International Year of Volunteerism. How do you see this decree, the UN resolution, and diligence that the UAE gives to volunteerism, and how does it impact the UAE positively and from the perspective of the Emirates Foundation? First of all, we would like to thank you for your hospitality and for hosting us and for your support to the Emirates Foundation and all entities that work on supporting volunteers. I think that volunteers today are a pillar in the UAE and a lot of international stages. So their support is very important. And we said that some people have left their jobs, their studies, just to join us. So what is the motivation? What is the drive for these volunteers to work, but without any returns? So this is the point. The Emirates Foundation to be elected as a coordinator is actually a recognition of its long-term efforts, and it was founded in 2005 and was the first UAE foundation to work on volunteerism in a systematic way in coordination with the government. So in 2007 we started with Takatuf program and at the beginning, at that time, we raised the question, what is the motive? What is the motivation behind volunteerism? And we thought that we should create some ways that actually motivate and promote people to do volunteering. Maybe some people might contribute financially. They cannot give part of their time, etc. So we noticed that there were no volunteering opportunities for the youth to participate. So we launched the Takatuf program, and it is a multidisciplinary project, and we have focused on sustainable volunteering, and that it actually includes all people, doctors, physicians, engineers, attorneys, lawyers, everyone. And the question that we have always had in mind, that what is the motive, what is the drive, motivation? So when you ask this question to different people, you will get different answers in this regard, and this actually reflects positively in the UAE. And then we actually investigated the specialties that we need, and then we focused on crises and conflicts, and we launched SANID and started in 2009. And we were thinking that, do we really need these programs? When we reached 2015, 2016, we asked the question, this investment, is it really worth it? And in 2019, we noticed that 20,000 volunteers actually went to the field just one day after the announcement. So we prepared them and equipped them. So those volunteers were ready when COVID started, COVID-19, and they supported a lot. So now the Emirates Foundation, back to your question, this will be actually a recognition and at the same time a responsibility, because we will have a bigger responsibility, and we like to actually contribute with the expertise of the Emirates Foundation, the expertise of volunteers, and in Expo we have more than 30,000 volunteers, and Special Olympics more than 40,000, and also the upcoming Master Expo will be. So how can we celebrate volunteers and at the same time deliver them to internationally in the best possible way? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed. The UAE has always been proactive and at the front line to be a role model for the whole world, not just regionally or at the Arab level. I would like to ask the IT, have we solved the sound issue with video? Okay, in this case, can we please present video number 3?
Selfless. طبعا احنا اليوم في مبادرة 7 فرص في 7 إمارات. هي أحد المبادرات الجديدة تعتبر. الهدف منها أن احنا بأكبر شكل نقدر نجذب المتطوعين بشكل كبير. مبادرة راح تكون إن شاء الله بشكل سنوي. الانطلاقة طبعا اليوم في إمارة الشارجة في أحد المدارس الأهلية.
Thank you so much. Really, efforts and work to be commended, and the hard work of the volunteers always inspires us. Actually, we move to Ms. Malak. As we have said, Ms. Malak has worked in a lot of foundations, and among them International Federation of Red Cross and the Red Crescent Societies, the IFRC. So we ask her about national organizations volunteering and spreading the culture of volunteering. Hello everyone, my name is Malak. As my colleague has said, we don't hear a lot about the IFRC. We hear more about the United Nations. The International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies is actually the umbrella of the local or national organizations. We have about 129 organizations worldwide, and this federation, the IFRC, supports those organizations, whether in terms of skilling, training, provision of pre-crisis training. Like, for example, when an earthquake hits a city, so the volunteers should be well trained pre-crisis, so that at the time of the crisis they are really ready. So the strength of the federation is derived from the strength of the organizations, and the strength of the organizations is derived from the volunteers. We have around 16 million volunteers worldwide. So at times of crises, we have a partner on the ground where we can start an initiative with them. So this is very powerful for the federation. Other organizations might take longer to investigate and check with whom it can actually do partnerships, etc. So the IFRC is ready 24/7 to respond at times of any crises. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Malak, for your answer. And we always see, as you've said, that at times of a crisis, there is always volunteers. We have seen in the Sudanese crisis and the Gaza crisis how the Red Crescent and Red Cross volunteers are always active in responding to any emergencies. We move to Mr. Jamal. So, Mr. Jamal, we talk about volunteering, and although you have long expertise and experience, you have your own business, you've decided personally to work as a volunteer with the United Nations. So how do you see the youth can actually contribute and build their capacities, and does volunteerism open the doors and unlock opportunities for volunteers? And I would like some words from you to volunteers, those who are interested in joining the UN volunteering programs, and why.
Could hear me. So I'd say like the importance of volunteering or the benefits of volunteering, and for anybody who'd like to join volunteering, is that it can build character. It can also build your leadership skills. It can give you a sense of civic duties, and also help you become a more active citizen. So, looking at the UNV or the United Nations Volunteers Program, for anybody who's interested in joining, say, the international organizations or any NGOs, it can be a good opportunity for them to gain the necessary skills. At the same time, it gives you a sense of duty, and it gives value to anybody who joins these programs, especially the UNV, because it helps volunteers see that they have an impact. It helps them contribute to the SDGs. It's more than just community volunteering, but you're actually doing relevant work that does indeed have an impact, not only on the organization, but also on the international or local levels. So that's one way I can summarize it. It can also help you improve your employability outcomes. Say, a lot of studies have shown that, for example, volunteers or people who have volunteering experiences are more likely to be employed other than just having a professional experience. It can be complementary to one another, both having volunteer and professional experience. Going to the civic duty, which I think is the most important part, volunteering strengthens youth confidence and civic leadership. There are reports from the OECD, and also let me add the UNV and the International Labour Organization, that shows that volunteers feel that, okay, they have a they're given a sense of meaning, they're given a sense of duty. It helps people build trust in institutions and empowers them to further provide or to further their civic engagements. Speaking of well-being and speaking of duty, let me also add for the elderly, a lot of the elderly and retirees, pensioners and so on, instead of them just staying at home, it gives them a sense of belonging to the community, that they're still active regardless of them still working or not. So so volunteering isn't just something that's related to the youth, but it should be related also to every single aspect of the society, regardless of gender, regardless of age and whatnot. As for the challenges that volunteers face, and I'd say how to overcome them, a lot of times it's logistics. So again, studies from the UNV and other UN organizations and NGOs have shown that travel cost or travel distance can be a hindrance, especially if the volunteer is, say, in their 30s or 40s, or if they have children, or if they have people that they're caring for. So therefore, that can hinder volunteering sometimes. There's also the sense of some volunteering programs may not recognize volunteers, which would lead to them not being retained, or would lead to them not being motivated to further their volunteering experience. Then there's also the administrative complexity. Sometimes recruitment can take a long time. I'm talking about my personal experience as well. However, one of the ways that this can be countered is, as long as there is someone there to help you from the beginning to the end, it can help you continue with going through with the applications and whatnot. So overall, if I can summarize that, volunteering boosts youth employability. It helps build real technical and soft skills. It strengthens leadership skills. It gives you a sense of duty, and just having a good support from the very beginning does help you with retaining volunteers.
شكرا جزيلا.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jamal. Thank you. In fact, this is very inspiring, and this reflects the experience, and we are really honored by you and to have you in the United Nations Volunteering Program. Before I move to Mr. Muhammad Al-Hosseini with the second question, I would like to check if the video is video 3 was not presented in full. Actually, we need to replay it.
طبعا احنا اليوم في مبادرة 7 فرص في 7 إمارات. هي أحد المبادرات الجديدة تعتبر. الهدف منها أن احنا بأكبر
So we are in this initiative in the Emirates of Sharjah. We are trying to attract the biggest number of volunteers, and this initiative will be on an annual basis. We've started today in one of the local schools in the Emirate of Sharjah. Many thanks. I think that now it is okay. We have seen it. My question is to Mr. Muhammad Al Hosani. As you know, we are at the Knowledge Summit and digital transformation topics, and we see that Emirates Foundation actually gives due importance to volunteerism and the National Volunteerism Platform and the calculation of volunteering hours, etc. We would like to ask you about the digital transformation in terms of volunteering, and how do you see volunteering from the technology perspective in the coming period. Of course, digital transformation is important in all areas and industries. Today, Emirates Foundation has worked with the Ministry of Community Empowerment so that we have a unified platform at the level of the country to facilitate volunteering, so that access to volunteering opportunities is easier, more accessible, and volunteers can have a comprehensive idea about the opportunities available, the timings, the number of hours, etc. As we know, some schools and universities ask for volunteering hours for the students to graduate and to add to their credit hours, etc. So recently we have reached more than 600,000 volunteers registered. All volunteering opportunities in the UAE are available online on our platform, and each and every volunteer has their personal profile that we can say volunteering LinkedIn between brackets, so we can see their personal details, background, education, interests, skills, etc., so that we can have matching in the right way between volunteers and the volunteering opportunities. This is something. Another thing is that the current generation, the generation that is coming now, is actually accustomed to games and technology and the digital world. If we do not make volunteering interesting, attractive, and engaging, they would not be interested. So what would make children, for example, be attracted to games? Because there is this sense of competition, of being the best, the first, etc. So we have come up with an idea of gamification of volunteering in a way that makes the volunteer to shift from one stage to another, to be to be advancing, let's say, and improving from one level to another, etc., so that we can mirror what actually interests the youth. Another part is that we have looked into how to integrate the whole community, and everyone can contribute. We have a lot of housewives, for example, who are interested in volunteering. In Ramadan, for example, most of the volunteers are mothers and housewives. So virtual volunteering is very important as well. That how can I actually benefit from every individual in the UAE to do some volunteering in person or virtually. So this is what we have been doing to give the opportunity to everyone to volunteer, to give something. Another thing is that I'm trying to facilitate the volunteering process by calculating the volunteering hours. In the past, it was done manually, and there it takes, for example, a team lead, and then the team lead escalates or submits reports to the higher person, etc. And they might leave their area, and there might be some gap, or so. All of this, the digital utilization helped in overcoming these gaps. Another thing is the integration of artificial intelligence, AI. So we started to benefit from AI so that we use some AI-driven methods to create matching between the volunteers' profiles and the opportunities needed, so that those volunteers can select their programs. And they have a program called Dawami, which is a program for recording all activities of us. Wow, mashallah, this is really inspiring. I haven't heard this before in any other country. We always see that the UAE is proactive and always ahead of others. This is a great effort and a talented idea, creative idea. Thankfully, video 2 is ready now and the issue is solved. Let's watch it. Who is the champion? It's a person who actually works hard for their goals. It is the person who knows how long the way is. Who is the champion? It's the person who is content with their life.
حياته بهمة بطل، ولكن وقت الصعب هل بتساعد؟ هل بتعاون؟ هل بتدعم؟ هل بتساند؟ كلها صفات أبطال، ولكن البطل بعيونه يحمل على صدره اسم ساند.
يعني كان لازم الفيديو ده يشتغل بصراحة لأنه فعلا ملهم جدا وبيوضح قد إيه.
So this video has finally worked, and this actually sheds light on how volunteering works and how volunteers look at volunteering. So it's great that we have been able to watch the video. Now I move to Ms. Malak, and there is a video from the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, the IFRC. So could you please play video 4?
Compassion. Happiness.
Humanity. Sevgi. C'est apporter de l'aide aux autres. Partir.
Selflessness.
التطوع بالنسبة لي هو الأمل.
Impartiality.
Sacrifice.
العناية.
Responsibility.
Compassion.
هو النجاح.
Happiness.
Humanity. Sevgi. C'est apporter de l'aide aux autres. Partir.
Orgullo.
Happiness.
Love.
Thank you for this nice video which clarifies how the volunteers are happy because it's a giving. Volunteerism is a giving and happiness. Move to Mrs. Malak. From her perspective concerning the future of volunteerism in the Arab world. Thank you so much. First of all, I'd like to talk about, okay, we have a big challenge, which is protection. Last year, we have lost 29 volunteers from the Arab world, most of them. Those, okay, while they're serving for humanity, they lost their lives. So that we need to speak up and we have to spread awareness, okay, and protection for the protection of volunteers. This is one of the most important challenges we faced last year, and I hope, okay, that our voice, okay, be heard by all of the entities while they are for volunteers while they are working. From my own experience, I have worked with the Syrian National Association, okay, in a project for 25 schools, 25 schools for through children from 8 years, from year 8 years to 12, about the dangers of batteries. Okay, so that when we are talking about volunteerism, we have to start from children, because we have encouraged them to gather, okay, the batteries and not to throw them in on the floor because they are dangerous for the soil. So that what are the methods for gathering, collecting these batteries, not only from their houses, but some of them they made some baskets in the lifts in the buildings. Okay, so some of them, okay, also they have gathered and collected batteries from the whole community. So those students from in 2 months, okay, from those schools, they have collected in Damascus. In Damascus, they have collected a lot of batteries. So that we have to take care of children and we have to implant the idea of volunteerism in those children, and which is now, okay, a very important idea concerning the idea of volunteerism in the Arab world. So that the idea of volunteerism not only for children or certain guys, so for all of the ages. I know that I have some an idea for the elderly people. Maybe they are not able to be volunteering, but they have the ability, for example, to stay with the child. Okay, to stay with the child for 2 years, 2 hours at least. So the idea of volunteerism for different ages and something connecting related to different parts of life, not only in crisis, not only for the young youth people, so that in every aspect of life we can work and volunteer. The idea of volunteerism not only seconding, giving over his ability to be able to do it, so that anything, okay, he needs from equipments and transportation or anything, okay, so that not to pay by himself, okay, so that he's giving from his life. Okay, this is the most important idea in life. Okay. Thank you so much, Mrs. Malak. It's really important. Protection is really important, and we have to be cautious about the duties and duties of the volunteer. Also, we have to for a role which is really important by our foundations. I'd like to open the opportunity for discussions. If you have any question. Thank you so much. concerning the environmental initiatives and educational initiatives, we find that there's a phenomenon of bullying, and not in all of the countries in Europe, in America, and in other countries. Okay, some countries they use weapons as well, and pushing for suicide. So these initiatives, okay, I used to work with, but I didn't find, okay, the entity that I have to contact. I am contacting some of them online, but I didn't receive a reply. I wish, okay, to get to those entities, because there's a very important part, okay, concerning the environment, about sourcing the environment is very important for us, okay, and because we are universal citizens, we have to protect the earth. We have to start from the point when we are where we are, and through Abu Dhabi for environment framework and network, okay, and this is one of the initiative I'd like to start today, which contains we okay to for example to give, okay, revenue to any person works as a volunteer, so that all of these issues we need to encourage everyone, okay, and the community to work, okay, in this environment. Thank you so much for everyone here in the panel. Mrs. Malek talked about the batteries. This idea goes back to 10 years, okay. And it goes back, okay, to 10 years, okay, that these batteries, to bring back, okay, these batteries to their origins. So we need to give them an incentive. I would like someone to contact me to have such initiatives, to have a safe community in education. So volunteerism for environment, and in all of the environments, I'd like to give the opportunity to my colleagues. I'd like to answer just a part of your question about awareness. I'd like to talk about an experiment in Germany, how unfortunately sometimes the community, so categorizing of the waste, okay, in Germany, it took them in Germany 15 years to give awareness to the community, and after 15 years, okay, there was a law, okay, about and give awareness to the communities in Germany about sardines cans, and now they are the people are supposed to clean those cans before put them in the garbage. So this is a kind of awareness. So that is awareness starts from mothers and children at the young age, early ages. Just one question, because the time, okay, has been finished. And now, okay, the ambassador of Arab woman, I am a volunteer and I got a lot of awards and prizes. I support the women in the Arab world and other world. I can continue and I can guide you so that we have a lot of women's okay and mothers okay they are support volunteerism. We are in government schools as parents, and of course the Minister of Education supported us, and the Abu Dubai municipality supported us as well, and volunteerism centers also they supported us. As a head of parentship, uh, I give awareness about the sorting of waste, and also we have to give awareness to the maids at homes, so that we need direction at home, not only to push the maids at home, so that those maids we need to give them awareness concerning the sorting of waste. Sometimes, most of the time, when we have waste, suppose these waste to be used for recycling. Concerning volunteerism, it's an incentive for the balancing, for psychological balance, and even since we are parents, so when we work in this field and work in through awareness, so that the bullying has been reduced, also the psychology of the children has been better, and so that volunteerism with the mother, volunteerism with the father, so that, and the partnership with the Red Crescent. So since we have got a call from Red Crescent, we were at the front row. And was in Expo. It was a guidance about volunteerism in UAE, so that we are supportive, and we need to know what we need to know what is important for the woman in UAE. I would like to thank you all. I'd like to thank my guests who were with us at this important meeting and discussion. We need to continue. We need to continue in the future. We hope to see you. We'd like you to be with us in a group photo.